Thank you so much for calling on me. And thank you also to Jerry and Esther for their vibrational escrow. I'm going to go right into it. I'm married and I have 2 small children. And I am starting to wonder about the vibrational compatibility between me and my husband. And I am having a feeling of getting divorced, leaving my marriage. And the idea of the potential collateral damage to my children has got me in a position of feeling like taking care of me is going to hurt them. I'm afraid of getting in the way of them being who they are, which I have been raising them to be who they are as much with every fiber of my being that I can. And I'm afraid that I didn't leave the marriage before I had my children, and now I should stay because this is their daddy.
Well, there are a number of things that we want to give you. First, you could not possibly get in the way of your children. They're too strong. They came forth with great purpose, and you are really more irrelevant to them than you know. Next. Children more often than not, thrive in environments of diversity because it gives them, at early stages, opportunity to put lots in their vibrational escrow. You've got to understand, everyone who's coming forth from non-physical has a preview of what they're coming into. And if they didn't want to be part of what you've got going on, they wouldn't have come, and they did. So stop worrying about it. In other words, it's creation. Next and most important, and this is the thing we want you to hear, and this is the part that we'll talk about until you come into alignment with it. You see, as you live with your children and you want their thriving, when you focus on sentiments like you just described, I'm afraid I will get in their way, that thought alone is a gut-wrenching thought because it is so in opposition to what you've put in your vibrational escrow relative to them. In other words, you cannot say, universe, I see and speak and affirm the opposite of that which I've become, and I want to feel good doing it. It's not ever going to happen. You're not ever going to be able to talk about the negative plight of your own children and feel good. And just because when you do it, it feels bad doesn't mean that there's something wrong with your marriage. So in the same way that as you care about your children and you know what you don't want them to struggle, and you don't want them to suffer, and you don't want them to miss their chances, and you don't want them to forget who they are, and on and on and on. You do want them to thrive, and you do want them to know who they are, and you do want to be a real life person living real life experience and teaching through the clarity of your example alignment. In other words, you want all of these things for your children, and your vibrational escrow is full of all of that, and you cannot think thoughts that contradict that and ever feel good. And it's right that you don't feel good when you contradict who you really are and what you really want about those that you love. In the same way, you dreamed this relationship. Now we're not just talking about the one between you and your children, and we're not only talking about the one between you and your husband. We're talking about the relationship between all of you and all of you. You dreamed that into place through what you had lived long before you met any of them. In other words, that's been in the process of coming along. And we would say that even to those who did not give birth to their children. In other words, there's a lot of pre-paving and amassing where law of attraction is responding to a vibrational vortex that's been coming together and coming together and coming together and coming together and coming together. It's huge, this vibrational vortex. And you're not different than almost everybody else you know. You're not living but a spattering of the potential of what's in your vibrational escrow. In other words, it's huge what you have become, and they have been big contributors to the becoming of it. So now, each time you focus upon any of those things that causes you to then not be a vibrational match to what's going on over here, it feels awful. And the awful way you feel is not because your marriage is awful. The awful way you feel is because you're picking out components and using them as your excuse and activating them in your vibration long enough that you're not up to speed with your evolving, expanding dream of family, you see. Now, we're not going to say to you that it's wrong for you to divorce or that it is right for you to divorce, because in either case, your kids will do fine and so will you. This pain that you're feeling is about you not keeping up with your dream. It's not about the wrongdoing of your mate. It's not about something that's gone wrong in the relationship. It's about you not living up to your dream. Now, let's talk about this in terms of the context of greater relationships. One of the things that is the most unpleasant is to have a dream about your lover and then have him not keep up to speed with your dream. The bugger keeps being who he is instead of being my dream. And we say, oh, give the poor guy a break. Don't ask him to be what you're dreaming. Just keep dreaming it. And if you will just hold to the picture of what you want, the universe must yield it to you. And we got to tell you, from everything we feel, the path of least resistance for the fulfillment of the dream of you and your family is with the components that are already in place.
So how do I get out of my way? I get what you're saying.
By making lists of positive aspects, by remembering the best of times, by picking out the photographs of the times that you felt the best, by pulling away from it a little more and dreaming it as you want it to be, by being more selfish and taking better care of yourself, by pampering yourself a little more, by being nicer to you, by putting yourself in your bed, especially when no one else is talking to you or asking something from you, and just lying there for an extra 10 or 15 or 20 minutes each night, counting your blessings, acknowledging the value of what is. Here's what you're looking for. Looking for things in your real life now that match, sorta, what's in your vibrational escrow. Because there's so much that already matches. And once you play that game just a little bit, before you know it, you'll be a match to your dream. And when you're a match to the vision, when you're a match to who you really are, the law of attraction sucks you and everything that matches it into the vortex called the creation of that which is you. In other words, you can't miss. There's no if about this. It's just a matter of relaxing and letting the vortex swallow you, but you can't let the vortex pull you to it as long as you're over there beating the drum of something that doesn't match it.
I feel like we have so much training, me personally, but just
maybe,
as
but
a
that
society.
story doesn't help you.
Right.
It's validation, it's justification, it's an excuse, and it's real. It just doesn't help you. So what you want to start saying is, I've practiced that story too long, and society keeps helping me practice it. Esther can hardly watch television. Everything she turns on, they're telling the story that is not of advantage to her. She's not sure who those stories are to the advantage of, but she can feel by the way they feel in her belly, they're not to her advantage.
Right.
Different story, one that feels better, little by little. You see, it's not that your marriage has slipped from what it once was. It's that you're turning away from the dream of that which it is to become. It isn't that it was good and then things happened and it got bad. It's that through all of it, the good, bad, and the ugly, you've been creating a vortex, a vibrational escrow vortex that is so big and so magnificent, and you can't bear it when you don't move in the direction of it. So it isn't that it was really good and then it started getting less good and now you're afraid it's going to get less and less and less good. It's that through what you've been living, your vortex, your vibrational escrow, your dream got bigger and bigger and bigger, and you're slipping away from the dream. It's your job to stay up to speed with what you have created. Nobody else's
that with
job.
Gratitude, noticing what I am living that already is in vibration.
Looking for things to appreciate, looking for reasons to feel good, making lists of positive aspects, beating the drum of what feels good, getting hold of something and milking it, always speaking to others from your place of really feeling good, never reprimanding, never defending, let go of justifying, let go of complaining, let go of rationalizing, just dream it, dream it, dream it, dream it, dream it. Try to see your family through the eyes of Source. You can do it. You're right on the edge. Really. Closer than you know. When you train yourself to worry about this and that, when you fuss and worry, when you wage war against terrorism and war against cancer and war against violence and war against drugs and war against teenage pregnancy and war against, when you push against those unwanted things, you hold yourselves unnecessarily in vibrational alignment with what you don't want. And you cannot hold yourself in vibrational alignment with what you don't want and allow yourself to be what you do want, to be a vibrational match to what life has caused you to ask for. So your emotions in every moment let you know how you're doing with this gap between what life caused you to become, and we really want to state that in a way that you can feel it. Source within you has become more because of you, but we don't even want you to separate, even in a little way, the source within you and the source that is there with you, with the source that is the you that is you in your expanded form. We so want you to get the sense of who you are. We want you to begin to see the world through the eyes of the source that is really you. And when you're mad at somebody, you're not doing that. And the negative emotion that you feel tells you that. Esther will say, oh, Abraham, come on. You got to give me this one. Surely you can agree with me that this is finally the last straw. And what Esther discovers again and again is we cannot go there with her to her negative understanding. We have become more as a result of what she has lived. And if she is to feel good, she has to stay up to speed with that which we are, you see. So when you beat the drum of I don't have enough money, even though through your life you have put so much vibrational money into your vibrational escrow, and the universe at large with law of attraction has lined up circumstances and events to reveal to you and yield to you a steady stream of abundance. But if you've practiced I don't have enough until that's more dominant than your expectation of things going well, then no matter how much the struggle of your life causes more to go into your vibrational escrow, you hold yourself apart from it. You, no one else. And since you wouldn't do it to you on purpose, most of you assume there must be outside forces. I must not be worthy, you say. I must not be good enough. I must not have been born under the right star. I must not have been born to the right parents who had an inheritance to give to me. It must be karmic. I must have been very greedy in a past life. And we say, it isn't anything other than in this moment where all of your power is, you're letting it in or not, you're letting it in or not, you're letting it in or not. And when you feel ornery, you're not letting it in. When you feel joy, you are. When you feel appreciation, you're letting your well-being in. When you feel cranky and ornery, you're not. When you see injustice and you feel indignation and you feel resentment, you're pinching off your well-being. And we mean your well-being. We mean the well-being that was your inheritance. You talk about an inheritance. Do you know what you had lined up for you even before you came forth into this physical body? And do you understand that in everything that you have lived, do you get even the slightest inkling of what you have put into your vibrational escrow? Do you know the legacy, the pre-paving that you have set forth for yourself? And when you begin to catch wind of that, when you begin to feel it, you begin to feel the true current of inspiration calling you forward. It is so exhilarating for us to view your vibrational escrow, and it is thrilling to us when we see you making the effort to find a thought that just feels a little better and a little better and a little better. Because as you reach for increasingly better feeling thoughts, you gradually release the resistance, which is the only thing that has ever been holding you apart from who you really are. Your source energy in physical bodies, and life is supposed to be good for you. So, we are eager to talk with you about anything that you want to talk about. Nothing is off limits. You will notice a perfect unfolding. We can feel tremendous amount of asking here in this gathering. You might say that the answers have been queued up before you dragged your physical bodies here, because as with all things, there is a vibrational escrow that precedes all manifestation, isn't there? So, relax and expect that everything that you want to understand will be given to you in the best possible way for you to understand it. And also understand that sometimes people will be called forward to sit in the hot seat, who are really to your advantage, not to your disadvantage, even if it seems like they ask stupid questions and take too long.